Good morning, future leaders of the world. Oh, glad to see some people are as awake as I am this early on a Saturday morning. Don't you just love the fantastically complicated NHS fire evacuation procedure? I thought that was quite funny myself, but anyway. Can you hear me without the microphone? Yes. Well, I'll try and make it better. Brilliant. My name's Jonny. I'm this year's president of the Medsin National Committee. And apart from the generally loud-mouthing that I've been known for already this morning, and the emailing that you probably usually encounter me with, I've been asked to say a few words to introduce the weekend ahead. So it's my pleasure to welcome you all this morning to the Medsin 2009 National Conference here in Nottingham. And I'd like to thank firstly Yizzy for all the fantastic work that her and the whole delegation has really been putting in recently. And we got you a little gift. I want to begin the weekend with two things, really. Firstly, why I wanted to get involved in Medsin, but secondly, why I believe the time is currently ripe for our engagement in global public health. Medsin, to me, is a very simple concept. It's a space, it's a forum, and it's a community for change. Take yourselves back for a minute to the moment that you first encountered our inspiring network, because for me, my journey began before I even came to university. At the age of 18, many years ago now, well, not really, I left this country with the intention, naively, of teaching English to school children in Western India. I would still remember being truly shocked and quite outraged at how poorly Western charities make use of their young recruits when it comes to international development. So I came back to the UK and I joined university, and what did I do? Well, I joined Marrow, a great project that we have. And I started recruiting donors to the Anti-Nolan Bone Marrow Register. As we all know, the passion that's really rife amongst our Medsin members and our Medsin network meant I was slowly and surely drawn in under Medsin's wing, and I became a campaigner. I became an organizer. I became an educator, and finally, the strange old chap you have in front of you this morning. Why do I think we give up our weekends to Medsin and our time? Because of our passion. Because we recognize we have a responsibility to others in the world, but also because each time we hear the words inequality, injustice, and human rights, we feel compelled to act on our moral conscience, and we recognize that we want to respond. There has never been a time before now that we've been so connected to the world around us and to its people. The injustices we'll hear throughout this weekend are not something happening just on the other side of the world. Nottingham itself, the place we're here this weekend, you may not know, is twin to the city of Harare in Zimbabwe. And if any of you are currently... I can't say I've been there, so maybe this chap can tell you more. A place that we know is unfortunately still struggling with its current situation, and we can go more into that this weekend. On this very local soil and around this whole apparently progressive country are asylum seekers still struggling against a system that isolates and disconnects them from wider society. The forces of globalization, disease, and poverty, then, really know no boundaries. And we must stand together, united and unwavering in our belief in a better system for all, if we're to fulfill a better society for our fellow citizens. Is our own movement ready to tackle the injustices of today? I believe so. Our conferences are far more than a talking shop. We train, we empower, we graduate students in 2009 with a unique insight into global health, bringing students mindful of the disadvantage so unfortunately rife across our world, but above all, confident that they can and will make a difference. Our projects are renowned for the contribution to community and public health. Our campaigns are heralded as a force to be reckoned with in global health advocacy. I know how powerful 400 or 4,000 students can be when they unite against a common vision. That's what I think this evening's politicians should have shivers running down their political spines, because we are informed, we are organized, and we are capable of pressing for a better system for the communities that we work for, and we will stop at nothing until our vision of a better world is fulfilled. I think then you can all hopefully agree that there's much to be hopeful for in the future. Just this weekend, we have 1 hour to lobby politicians on their commitments in the UK general election next year on social justice, on the environment, on global health. 62 workshops training students with new ideas and new skills to take back to their branches. 18 experts giving up their whole weekend away from their families and their time and their friends to tell us about why vulnerability and health is such an important concept. 2 socials, we've already had one, it was quite bad, and I had too many drinks last night, but anyway. Food, accommodation, and finally 400 minds coming together with the belief that students have the opportunity and the power to contribute to those in need socially, medically, and politically. I really hope you share my anticipation of the weekend ahead, and it's going to be an absolutely fantastic weekend we have in store. Throughout this weekend, well, firstly, we must learn. Secondly, we have to inspire others and circulate the messages that we hear throughout this weekend to our friends and our colleagues and our partners. The biggest achievement we can have, though, the biggest achievement, is to leave this weekend armed and prepared to tackle the momentous challenges and injustices that our world has set for us today. I'm going to leave you with the parting words of a 20th century philosopher whose words should reverberate around our ears and our hearts throughout this weekend. He said, "Philosophers have only interpreted the world. The point is to change it." Thank you so much for listening. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and I really look forward to hearing from you guys all throughout the conference and the months ahead. Cheers.